Hi guys, Andy here again, messing about with the diesel heaters. It's just turned autumn, gone a little bit cold, so I've just got the diesel heaters out. Okay, so these are the two diesel heaters I'm using. I don't know which I'm using where yet, but one's going in the garage to heat the garage up, and the other one's going to heat the house through that hole in the wall there. So this is the old garden box which I'm going to be using to put the heater in. It's a little bit big, a little bit cranky, so I've got a few modifications to do before I can put the heater in and butt it up against the hole in the wall there and get it working. Well, the base of the box is pretty sound. The lid's a little bit flimsy, so I'll probably have to make another lid as well, but I'll pretty much make do with what's available rather than go and buy new. I'm sure a lot of you guys do the same. Oh, there you go. I've cut the box in half. I've finished off one of the ends with a scrap bit of wood which I had, so now I'm just going to fix that together, get it sealed up and make the lid. Okay, so here's the little box which I've made. Hole in the front there for these 4 holes to pump heat into the house through that 4-inch hole in the wall there. So this is pretty much where it's going to sit. Okay, so we've just finished making the box. We put it up on some legs so we can have the exhaust coming out the bottom, and we made a removable lid with a waterproof coating that can be taken off to fill the heater up. I'll show you inside the box. Okay, so there's the box lined up with the hole in the brick wall from last year. Then we've got another hole in the bottom of the box where the exhaust is going to come out, and we're going to allow air in for the machine. I might put a little bit of mesh covering the rest of that to stop little furry friends getting in the box and getting hurt. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Nice and waterproof. We just got to get the machine fitted now. Okay, so I've fitted the diesel heater in the box. Took me about an hour. I do admit part of the work was already done because I had one fitted here last year in a different box. You'll see that in my other videos if you'd like to take a look. Okay, so I've got 2 wires going to the house through the wall. One is to the 240 volt power supply, which is supplying power to this 30 amp transformer, giving us the 12 volt we need for the heater. And then the other wire going through the wall is going to the control panel, which is normally on the front of the heater, which I've taken off, and I've got it inside the house, and I just extended the cable with some normal 3-core extension wire, and there's just 3 wires in that, as I said, so it's quite an easy wire to extend to give you a bit more cable to put the control panel in the house. And I've got the air intake with the air filter on. Pulling air from inside the box. It gets slightly warm inside the box, but not so it matters. You're never going to burn anything with the sides of the box, particularly if anyone was worried about the box being plastic. You haven't got to worry about that. It's mainly around this part where the outlet of the heater gets pretty warm, and underneath where the exhaust pipe comes out, so you want to allow a couple of inches around the exhaust pipe, otherwise you're going to melt the box. Also the front of the heater where you've got 4 pipes coming out. My other heater's got 1 pipe, one 3-inch pipe coming out the front. They're exactly the same heater, they've just got a different adapter, and the adapters are interchangeable. So if you've got a 1 pipe heater, you can change it for a 4, or the other way around. Yeah, and as I said, this is the 30 amp power supply. You don't actually need this much power, but these tend to be quite a cheap unit to buy, probably because they're mass produced, I don't know. Wiring's pretty simple. You get the wiring diagram with these. I'll put a link to these in the description. It's just 3 wires. It's like wiring a plug, and then you've got 2 wires out, live and a negative, going to the machine. Okay, so that's it for outside. I'll go and show you the control panel inside the house, and we'll get it started. Okay, so here we are inside the house again. Heater's just the other side of this double thickness wall. Okay, so you can see the vent I've drilled in the wall. You've got the control panel there, which I've took off the heater, and as I said, extended with some 3-core extension cable, and we plugged into the mains there. And this runs off a key fob remote control as well. It's pretty useful. Okay, so I'm gonna switch the 240 mains on, and I'm gonna go for the startup. As you know, with these heaters, they take about a minute to get started. The glow plug has to get warm. The fan starts going, the diesel starts pumping, and then we get some heat start to come out of it. Okay, so that's switched on from inside. As I said, just got to wait about a minute for the glow plug to heat up. Then you'll hear a ticking noise start, which is the diesel pump from the back of the machine there. There you go, that's ticking quite rapidly. This machine hasn't been started this year, so that was ticking quite rapidly to get the diesel flowing. Yeah, there you go, the fan's going. You hear a little roar as the like the turbine goes round. You can feel some heat there coming out the exhaust. Slight smell of kerosene coming out the pipe. Be interested to see if we get any smell inside the house. We don't normally, but because this is the initial startup, you might get a little bit of burn off. Yeah, that's ticking over nicely. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's just what we want. Yep, and back inside the house now, and already there's a nice bit of warmth coming through that vent there. Just perfect timing, because as I said, the autumn's just here in the UK, and yeah, we're just beginning to need this. And I mean, last year I only ever had this heater on probably setting 1, 2 or 3 max. It goes up to setting 6, and well, I had it on the lower settings more for economy, and it just wasn't necessary to put it on the higher settings. These little key fobs are quite handy as well. They come, when you get this type key fob, I find generally they come pre-programmed, unlike the older machines which you had to program yourself, and there was a little bit of faff, and people didn't generally tend to bother using them, which was a bit of a waste. But yeah, these are pretty good. Yeah, that's lovely. That is beautiful. I'm pleased that started up with no issues. After being put away in the shed for months, so they're pretty good. They're pretty good heaters. Oh, and also guys, there was absolutely no burn off smell. There's no kerosene smell at all, and this is even on the first startup, so pretty good. I'm quite impressed with that. See, there's a little bit of condensations come out the exhaust there, but that'll be it. And as for the heater inside the box, as I said, none of this gets hot or warm even, so you haven't got to worry about your box being plastic or wood. It's just the front bit round there that gets a little bit warm, but like I've got that ply there, and I'm not worried about that at all. That's not going to be an issue. I have to admit, when I first started my very first diesel heater up for the first time, I was pretty nervous. You hear the roar from the exhaust and the turbine going round, the ticking, and the heat coming out. I was pretty nervous that something was going to explode or go wrong, but you get used to these heaters and you can trust them. Just fill them up with kerosene or diesel, whatever you're using, and you can just leave them for hours, and they're not going to cause any problem at all. And I have this on, as I said, the low settings, and it just lasts for hours on the full tank of fuel. So that is the basic installation that I wanted to get done today. I've still got a few modifications to do, which I'll show you on some future videos, but yeah, I'm pleased with that for today. Well, that's it guys. That's gonna serve me well throughout the winter, and it's going to save me a load of money. Well, thanks very much for watching anyway. Please take a look at my other videos where I'm playing around with these diesel heaters, and please give me a little like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.